Hi, my name is Connor, and this is my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making pad thai. Now this is by no means a traditional pad thai. This is more of an Americanized white person version of it. The traditional is so much better and it requires a lot more work, but this is more of a weeknight dinner version. Alright, let's get cooking.
Now the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is get 2 pounds of shrimp. And then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt and a half teaspoon of baking powder. Now the way I got those amounts is by using a teaspoon of salt per pound of shrimp and a quarter teaspoon of baking powder per pound of shrimp. I'm going to toss those all together. And what the baking powder is actually going to do is change the pH of the shrimp. And it's going to make it a lot more plump and juicy and allow it to brown easier. So we're going to set that in the fridge while we prep on our vegetables. I've got 2 bell peppers and 1 carrot. For the bell pepper, I'm just going to slice down the side, trying to avoid as much of that pith and those seeds as possible. Just like that. And then you're going to want to cut the little bottom part off. And so all you waste is that little core. Make sure you hone your knife before cutting. It looks so sloppy and choppy right here because I did not hone my knife before. But I'm going to go ahead and put those peppers off to the side, wash and hone my knife, come back, and it slices like butter. So once you have all of your peppers chopped up and all of your cores set to the side, we're going to go ahead and bring in our carrot. Now for the carrot, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I cut the top off, cut it in half, and cut it into little half circles. I would not recommend this. I would recommend that you shred it or cut it into batons, julienne it. I think that would just make a better texture, better flavor in the end. Next, I'm going to bring out 5 cloves of garlic. And I'm going to show you how I cut a clove of garlic. First, I'm going to cut it in half. Then I'm going to turn the whole clove 90 degrees and cut it in half again. And then I'm going to turn it around and just chop all of it into little pieces. Almost sort of how you would mince an onion, but just a little bit differently. And that gives you some nice even little pieces. And then I'm going to go ahead and chop up some scallions for our garnish later. We're also going to be using some roughly chopped toasted peanuts. Next, I'm going to move on to the sauce. First, what you're going to do is add 5 tablespoons of brown sugar. Then you're going to add 3 tablespoons of fish sauce. This is I believe it's the runoff of fermented fish. It's amazing. Next, we're going to do 3 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, and all this stuff you can find in your local grocery store. Next, we're going to go ahead and do 3 tablespoons of lime juice and 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. Now, hoisin sauce is sort of like an Asian barbecue sauce. It's really nice and sticky. Gives some body to the sauce. And make sure when you're putting everything away, you drop your fish sauce. That's very important to the recipe. And now I know I talked about that hoisin sauce giving the sauce some body earlier, but 4 tablespoons of creamy peanut butter is going to give it a lot more body. I know this sounds a little weird, but it's going to give it a nice peanut butter flavor. Obviously, it's peanut butter. But it's just going to round out that sauce and give it a lot of fat to combat those really acidic elements that we put in earlier. And now once you have all your peanut butter in, you're going to go ahead and whisk that all up. And it's not going to want to go ahead and whisk it first, but you just got to keep doing it. It's going to look like small little curds. And then you just keep whisking, keep whisking, keep whisking. And eventually you'll be met with a nice creamy sauce. Alright, now we've got all of our shrimp on a lined baking sheet, and we're going to go ahead and bake that in the oven at 400 degrees for 6 minutes. Do the old water and the oil trick to see if it's hot enough. Definitely is. We're going to go ahead and add our veggies. Now if you cut your carrots like an idiot like I did, you're going to want to leave just a little bit of bite on those, but you're going to want the bell peppers to be just soft. But like I said earlier, I would go ahead and shred my carrots instead of cutting them like I did. Always season every single element of your dish. It just makes sure everything is seasoned all the way through and you don't have any bland elements. Next, I'm going to add my garlic in. Stir that until fragrant, about 30 seconds. And then after the garlic has been fragrant, we're going to pour in all of our cooked shrimp. Make sure we stir that up, get it all nice incorporated in there. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and add our cooked noodles. Now, I just buy noodles at the store and cook them according to the package directions. That's what I would recommend. I personally don't know how to make rice noodles by hand. It's awesome if you do. If you do know how to do that, you go ahead and you do that. I'm going to add my sauce now to the party. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix it until it's nice and homogeneous. Now, once you have that all nice and mixed up, you're going to take some of it out, put it on a bowl, and it's time to plate it up. And then we're going to go ahead and plate up. We're going to top it simply with some roughly chopped peanuts and some scallions. Make sure you get all the scallions to drop, like that one, and that one. Alright, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.